It's time for live Des Moines Menace Soccer on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Menace Soccer on CISN.TV is brought to you by Shelton Curtin, Shields, G&L Clothing, the Better Business Bureau, and the Atlantic Bottling Company. Now let's go live to the CISN sports team for the action on the field.
Good evening and welcome to West Des Moines Valley Stadium. It's championship night as Des Moines Menace meet Chicago FC United here after a thrilling match last night to advance to the championship game here. Dar Danielson along with Justin Vorster, and well, you couldn't couldn't string it out any farther than they did last night, right down to the last penalty kick, Justin. But the thing is, they won and they moved to tonight's game and they're ready to go again.
Well, that's the main thing. They got the result. Doesn't matter how you get the result. Could be full-time, extra time, penalty shootout. But going back to it, Mikado pulled off two fantastic saves. I mean, to win the championship. And then obviously with the final penalty being slotted, it was a fantastic win. You know, credit to Lansing. They were good as well. Very good team. But at the end of the day, what does your record mean anymore? It's 14-0-1 and the Menace are now through to the championship, and they face Chicago United again, who are 8-5-2 at this point, and 4 of their losses have been to the Menace. So, a couple of things. It could be Chicago, nothing to lose. Let's just go for it tonight and try and get the result.
Now, there were a couple different games in that Chicago played against Dayton, and it was a 5-3 game, so they expended a lot of energy, but it got over. I mean, there wasn't the extra time. The Menace did have to play a little extra time on those legs. How much of a factor do you think that'll play here tonight?
It's going to be a massive factor for both teams. You know, looking at Chicago, Luke Hackinson comes in today, so he's been at Minnesota United on trials. So he's come into the lineup. He's going to start as the number 9. So that, you know, that's going to help. He's going to be a little fresh today. But you know, looking at both squads, I mean, going out with pretty much the same starting lineup as last night, it's tough to go through a full 90 plus an extra 30 on top of that. And then obviously the Menace going with a penalty shootout. But, you know, it's both sides. You know, I was talking to the management staff of Chicago Fire, Chicago United, my apologies. And basically they said that they could see how Dayton were getting tired towards the end of the game. And they were just a little more fresher. That could be just management through the week. It could mean a little more fitness within the squad. So it'll be interesting, but it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same for both sides tonight.
And the Menace did bring in, like they usually do toward the end of the match, they brought in some substitutes. That changed a little bit when they went to overtime too, and how they subbed. But that's been one of their hallmarks, is having depth on that bench. Yeah,
they've got a fantastic depth there on the bench. I mean, they've got guys coming off the bench that are able to come in and do a job. You know, they've got, you know, guys like Biko, Pepra, Teta, and a Fool who comes into the midfield. You know, Teta who can come in wide on the right or in the back 3 on the right or the left-hand side. So the depth they've got is just absolutely phenomenal. They got their young kid, Pogo, who comes in and he shows some dynamic strength.
Oh, man, he came in last night. It was just a spark. He was just all over the place. You know, when everybody else was, their legs were dead, he was out there just all over and making things happen.
Yeah, and the preparation's been really good for the Menace. I mean, they've prepared really well. They're coming into this game, you know, strong, very confident, unbeaten, undefeated. But, you know, Chicago United will come and going, hey, you know what? We have nothing to lose here, guys. It's a championship game. This can go anywhere.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we always hear that, well, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row or 4 times in a row. But I think when you're into this where win or go home, that's a whole different level on it. Those kicks were a lot more pressure when it's a win or go home than it is in a regular season matchup. You know, yeah, it's win the match or not, but in the regular season, you got more matches down the road. In a situation like last night, you don't make that kick and it just multiplies that much more. So anything too, that's, I mean, we talked about it last night in the broadcast. The Menace had not really been challenged quite that much for that long through a match, and that might have been a good thing for him too.
Yeah, it was a good thing because Lansing were very good. They have some very good players. I know that they had the Menace on the back foot at stages throughout the game. which did cause problems, and the Menace held on for moments throughout the game. So, yeah, it was good. It was good for them to actually meet a team that were going to match up and give them a game.
Yeah, and you kind of say, hey, this is the playoffs. This is, every team's good, and this is the way it's going to go. As we see them coming out of the tunnel now here with the referees, and they are wearing green. I think I
you were absolutely right, Dar, absolutely right. I went for yellow, but they've come out with green.
I know why it is sometimes officials don't like wearing the yellow so much. I don't know. But anyway, so, and the conditions tonight, about the same as last night. Breezy and in the 80s, I think, yeah. So, that wind may play a little bit of a role as you're heading toward the south goal here. And we didn't really see a lot of that last night, but the thing about last night, the shots were hard to come by, and even the set pieces were hard to come by at times last night.
Yeah, there's a number of factors as well. I mean, you're playing in a championship semi-final, and there's a lot of pressure on you. It's like taking the penalties in the end. There's a lot of pressure on you. But yeah, I mean, the wind can have a factor, definitely.
So they're out. The Menace will be in the red, Chicago in the white. And I imagine as a coach, your pregame talk is pretty similar. Hey, this is what we've been preparing for all season long. Come out, know where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do, and just go out and do it. Huh?
Yeah, and every player knows their roles and responsibilities. It's a case now of refreshing the players. Little details here and there, possibly about the opposition, knowing when certain players come in, like Hackinson's come in. So it's all just a little bit of a refreshment.
They're introducing the players there. That's Martin Alba. Max Todd. Connor Alba. Luke Hawkinson. Steve Bodie and Graham Brennan, the coaches for Chicago FC United. And now they'll introduce the starting lineup here. Just a couple changes from last night. Rashid Teta did get the start last night. And James Allwine will be starting here. He came in to the match late last night.
The starters for your Menace. Your captain, number 15 on defense,
Brandon Fricke, the captain.
In goal, number 27,
Carlos Mercado, the man of the match last night for those two saves.
Number 3,
Alejandro Covarrubias.
Number 13,
Anthony Manning, he put home the winning kick. Johnny Fenwick.
In the midfield, number 6,
Christo Michelson, he came on late in the match.
Number 2,
James Allewine.
Number 20,
Adi Jepson, he had a big role last night distributing that ball.
Number 10,
Omar Mohammed, also a big game last night.
Number 24,
Kino Ryosuke. He did not score last night. Well, other than the PK, Wilfred Williams. And did you see that last night? His kick.
Wilfred Williams?
No, Kino's.
Oh yeah.
The one where he just casually goes up there and gets the keeper going one way and just casually flips it over the other
and just
side.
plants it into the other corner. Yeah.
Let's hear it for Aaron Coleman.
And our national anthem. Talked about it, a little breezy out there, a few clouds in the sky, but should be a beautiful night again for soccer. And Lansing really kept Kino Ryusuke in check last night. Didn't get him even many looks at the ball. He has had success against Chicago, though, so they kind of know, I think where to, and he knows, and the Menace know where to get him the ball against this team. So that could be one positive. He may see a bigger role here tonight.
Right, and I think that's possibly the homework that Lansing did on the Menace. The quality of the two centre backs and how they screened the ball going into him was a major factor. But Chicago, having played 4 games against the Menace and losing 4, I think by this point, Coach Steve and his staff would actually know, right, this is how we're going to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I say if you've played 4 games, you've obviously tried some different things. So there probably isn't a whole lot new you could do to come out in this one, is there?
Right, and they know Kino's tendencies. He does hold on to the ball in the final third around the box. He plays players in at the last minute, but he wants to try and get the shot off himself. And if they do things right and they get round him quickly and early and dispossess him and don't allow him to pass, then it's going to be a different situation. So they really, if they've done their homework, they'll take care of him tonight. But, the Menace could come out and play a totally different game with Kino and say, hey, listen, you're on 1-2 touches tonight around the box unless you get that opportunity to score.
And they played, in the 4 games, it's been 2 different types of games. And that first one at Chicago was a 2-1 win for the Menace, and then it was a 5-0 win for the Menace. Then back here in July 6th, it was a 5-1 Menace win. Then the next night it was a 2-0 match. The game. Chicago's looking a little more for that 2-0 kind of matchup.
Even the 5-0 game the night before, there was a lot of pressure from Chicago. The Menace were under pressure at the time, so they did have opportunities. There was loads of opportunities, in fact, for Chicago, and then the Menace got the goal, and then it just started to fall apart for them. But it's not like they have never been in the game.
Even the 5-0 game we saw here. They were in the game early, and then it kind of, once the Menace scored, then it kind of broke it open. So
yes, absolutely.
And when you look at 2 goals out of I don't think the Menace have only given up 5-6 goals, and Chicago scored 2 of those here against them. So
yep.
They know how to score against the Menace. Here as we're underway, the Menace in red will kick it off and look to send it up ahead. Championship matchup here on CISN.TV, brought to you by Landmark Products.
You can see the Menace have started in their familiar 3-5-2 with the 2 wing backs. Alejandro and Cristo playing in the central midfield will do the rotating role. So no real changes there, so all these players know their roles. And Chicago have started off in a 4-2-3-1. That's the shape they're going out in, with Luke Hackinson coming back in the foil after his trial period with Minnesota United.
And Barraza, the keeper, will send it out for Chicago. Headed back by Alawine. Or excuse me, no, that was Covarrubias. And Mickelson tries to send it up ahead, and Kino turns around and said, hey, 2 guys had my jersey.
Yeah. They did kind of have his jersey, but referee had nothing to do with it at the time.
Sanchez drops it in the middle to Gomez, and now that will go out to the Menace. And the Menace will build it up now from the back. Controlled by Chicago, but taken away. Covarrubias up ahead to Muhammad. Drops it back to Covarrubias. Looking in, there's Jepson. He gets it outside to Allewine. And trying to get it down to Allewine, and
it's actually a good idea there by Alejandro, playing that lovely ball in there for Allewine. Allewine just wasn't quite on the same page at the time.
And they'll call the push on the Menace. And I see Mercado is, I thought he might keep that bright yellow kit again. His lucky success last night, the lucky one, but he's going with the blue tonight, so maybe he's not that superstitious. He's just good, huh?
His lucky number. He's not like me. I'm superstitious. I'd still wear the same one, to be honest with you.
That one goes back out to the Menace. Underway here on a beautiful night for soccer. Trying to get it in there to Jepson, but taken, but then stripped back. Covarrubias goes into Ryusuke in the middle, drops it to Jepson. Cristo trying to power it through there.
He was trying to get it onto his right foot when he had space on his left. It's typical of players when they favor one foot, they'll try to get it onto that foot as quickly as possible. He should have maybe tried to take it with his left foot for an extra stride and maybe have a shot from outside the 18.
You still have at this level even players that, well, obviously you have everybody has a strong side, but is that something they do a lot of work on still with trying to develop, you know, your weaker foot or weaker side?
Yeah, you always want to try and develop your weaker foot, but you know, even at the highest level, the top pros, they're so good at it though, and they'll get the ball onto their strongest foot as quickly as possible and work through that.
Here's Max Todd. He sends it across and knocked out of there by Brandon Fricky. Heads it away, and now Chicago will throw in on the far side. Gomez sends it to the middle. Over to Max Todd. Taken away by Mohammed. Menace trying to clear it. Mickelson. Ryusuke dumps it over to Jepson. They'll go out wide with it to Williams. They'll slow it up just a bit. Now back up. And now they get the foul. On Chicago.
It's time to announce the winner of the Come and Go seat upgrade. Congratulations to Edward Pazarski. Thanks to Come and Go, Edward will be sitting at his own VIP.
And it'll be a free kick for the Menace. You kind of see the shadows falling over the field here as the sun goes down. They'll turn on the lights here in just a bit. But as we get ready to boot this one. Headed out by Chicago. Trying to clear it. Now they do.
Alejandro went rather direct there, slinging in with his right foot. Good defending though, because Chicago had a player in the zone. Just dropped in to head it out, so it was pretty good defending from their end. But there was enough players in the box. They sent the centre backs up, Brandon Fricky, to maybe have whipped that ball in away from the goalkeeper into the far post area.
Now on the far side, Williams back in to Covarrubias, and they just keep it in. Chicago trying to get it out of there, but the Menace get possession back. Cristo up ahead to Jepson. Jepson fires to the keeper.
Good ball and good turn by Jepson. If you got on the half turn, he might have turned a bit quicker, but it was decent. Good strike into the keeper's arms. I noticed earlier Kino took a bit of a smack on the far side, but he looks okay. He's limping slightly, but I'm sure he'll walk that one off.
Well, there was a lot of that last night. You know, it was physical but not rough, I would say, in that match last night. Just, you know, especially as the longer the time wound down and it was still, you know, nobody scored, there was more people charging for the ball, trying to get to the ball and running into each other. And so I imagine there were a few bruises, and they probably put a little ice on and stuff last night.
Yeah, a little ice bath, take care of business, get a good night's rest, do the right things, nutrients, the right kind of carbohydrates. Recovery is very, very important over the last 24 hours.
Well, that's what I did last night. Actually, I just went home, sat in my chair, and watched the late news.
Yeah.
Into the middle, knocked around, stopped by the defense of the Menace, and Cristo, good job there. But now Chicago back as Mango working on that far side, and there's going to be a push called.
Cristo giving away a free kick. He was tackling from behind. The player did go down easily, but they won a free kick for their team.
So wide there, right in the sun. Can actually probably a little better for Mercado because he doesn't have to look back this way into that sun at this point of the day if the kick's coming in from that side.
It's difficult for goalkeepers when the sun's in their eyes. It can put them off, and they only see the ball at the last minute at times.
Here's the kick, headed out of there. Ryusuke tried to get it up ahead. And that'll go off Chicago for a goal kick.
Yep, just deflected off Connor Alba. Good clearance out the box off the free kick by Brandon Fricky.
Handball there. That was pretty obvious by
it was a difficult ball to deal with from Cristo. It was a good idea from Cristo, but very difficult to deal with as it came off the turf.
It came out wide, and Alwine tried to sneak the arm in there, but pretty evident that's what he was doing. And here comes Chicago out on that right side. Now lobbed up over and cleared out.
Dangerous ball in, out swinging. Should have been dealt with first time and quickly by the Menace at the back. Came off Manning, and Brandon Fricky cleared it out.
Throw it in. Up to Ryusuke. It's knocked away by Chicago. Menace will keep possession. 11 minutes in now. Here, no score in the first half. Playing for the championship.
All or nothing tonight, all or nothing. The winner here takes them into the Final Four for the National Championship. If the Menace win, they will host next weekend.
Knocked down by Chicago. Over to Max Todd. He'll drop it back. Up to Stoneman. Stoneman sends it up the left side, looking for Purpa. Working in the middle, and ricochets off of Alwine. And now Jepson has it. He's going to try to counter quickly the other way. And just a little too much there. But Chicago will be forced to send it out. And the Menace get it in right away, Ryusuke. And he comes back in. And then was, I think, looking for Muhammad in there.
Uke's got some pace at the back there. He was actually looking at his goalkeeper to try and play it back to him, but he opted just to kick it out and regroup as a team.
Alwine redirects it in there to Muhammad. Muhammad. Mickelson. Oh, tried to sneak it right through there to Alwine, but gets it back. Now over. And he can't quite run it down, a little too much on it.
It was a good idea on the first ball from Mickelson, trying to play Alawine coming in from right to left on a diagonal run, but it was well cut out by Stoneman in the end.
And now Luis Barraza will send it out. So far, neither of these goalkeepers facing any challenge yet here in this match. Midfield headed around, and the Menace will take control. Now drop it back to Mercado. Manning sends it into the middle to Jepson.
Deft touch there by Jepson.
Well, wide to Williams. Williams attacks down toward the touch line, and he'll get the corner. First corner of the match.
A lovely diagonal ball played in there by Christo Mickelson, forcing a 2 versus 1 on the opposite end, the far left-hand side, with Keno and Williams, who was on the ball at the time, forcing a 2v1 against Uche. And it's kind of what the Menace look to try and do, to try and get the ball on diagonals to force 2v1s in wide areas.
So here's Audie Jepson. He's looking into the sun as he takes the corner, swings in, and headed out. And Mickelson will run it down and send it right back in. And the keeper has to come over and swat it away, as the Menace had some good numbers in there.
Yeah, Barraza had to come in and punch that ball away as Brandon Fricke was lurking on the far post.
So here's a throw for the Menace. Alawine. Looking for Jepson. Covarrubias up in there fighting for it. Now Jepson comes away with it. And couldn't quite get the corner. Got the bad rebound off the flag there.
Still managed to keep possession through the throw-in.
He was trying to get it off out the back, but it ricocheted off the flag and is a throw. And then offside called.
Offside on the throw at Alawine.
Yeah.
Didn't move into an onside position after he threw the ball in.
Because there is an offside on the throw in, but he came in after throwing it and he was offside.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He just should have got his angles right as he threw it in, just moved to the left, so he was onside. It's a split second though, as Barraza comes to take the dead ball situation. Second time he's played it out of bounds. Sent it out for a throw-in.
So the Menace in the 16th minute now, no score. Menace possession. Williams up the left side. Up to Audie Jepson. Jepson tried to turn, but the defender punches it out. Jepson keeps his feet somehow. Now still battling for it. Williams comes over, gets it, drops it back. Mickelson comes in late. Chicago sends it, clears it out. It's Covarrubias. A little. It'll stay. What is the call?
I'll tell you what, tell you what, Alba and Mango for Chicago Fire going to have their work cut out on the far side with Audie Jepson and Williams running at them all day.
So they're going to give him the foul. I think the official was waiting there for a minute to see if it was going to be a throw for the Menace, and I don't think it would have been, so then he gave the foul. And here's Covarrubias as Ryusuke goes down, trying to get position. And they're talking, there was Xavier Gomez. Here's the kick. And just headed right back out. Didn't do much more loft on that one.
Wasn't a very good free kick though.
No.
Should have got a little more height and bend on it to get it around the first defender.
Hollow-Line will come and throw it in. Back to Manning.
They look to start again through Makedo, the star of the show from last night with 2 penalty saves.
Boom it up, left side. And then a push called on the Menace.
The Menace have to try and get the ball into Audi Jepson a little more. Every time it goes into him, something seems to happen. He's creative. He's got a good first touch. I'd like to see Mohammed on the ball a little more as well because he can run at defenders. He's crafty with his feet.
And he tends to pull that defense toward him, doesn't he?
Yeah. And Chicago United, I mean, they need to get Hackinson into the game a little more. Maybe have someone underneath him, playing alongside him. He just seems a little bit isolated at times.
Gomez gets it over to Sanchez. Send it back to the right side. Now we'll drop it back. Over to Sanchez. He lobs it into Mercado, who catches it. No problem.
Yeah, no problem with that one. Sanchez didn't quite get enough of it.
Now the Menace will work it back up again. Something they, now here they're working it. Last night they started slow and methodical, but then they started trying to shoot it over the top against Lansing to try to, I think, make something happen there. And that seemed to be a little more effective.
Yeah, for example, there, trying to get Mohammed in behind the line. It was a good ball there from Alejandro.
Mohammed inside to Jepson. Jepson across, Mickelson, and...
Now, we've seen Mickelson score from there before.
Yeah, yeah. That's not a bad spot for him, but that one just a little...
He was under a little bit of pressure there, which you know, he was leaning back, slightly off balance. It was always going to go over.
Yeah, I think he's had one goal in the season, and that's about the spot where it was, where they got it back into him there, and he just fired it in. But into the 22nd minute now, and Barraza will take the goal kick. Cross tap, battle for it. Headed back by Gomez. And that'll stay with Chicago. Secto. Send it back over to this side to Sanchez. Max Todd, and he can't quite handle it there under pressure.
Just got his head up too early, didn't quite get a hold of the ball, forcing it out for a throw to the Menace.
And again, they go up. Now over to the corner, looking for Todd again over there. He heads it in. And trying to run on.
What a great tackle there. Fantastic tackle. I think that's Brandon Fricky with a tackle.
Yep. Against Hawkinson.
Absolutely beautiful tackle.
Now the Menace trying to counter here. Williams. Quickly, Williams keeping it.
Good cover there by Gomez coming in to win the ball.
The problem was once Williams got down there, he didn't really have any help.
He was too quick on the counter.
Yeah.
Quick on the counter attack. I think he just had Keno in the box, but he didn't have much supporting help with him directly.
Purpott sends it over to Alba.
Menace playing very compact. 5-4-1 shape off the ball. Not allowing any passing lanes.
They get it into counter Alba. They'll back out. They'll drop it back. And Sanchez out here on the left, but now we're going to take it back over that right side. Sanchez still out there. Now they send it out to him. And I think he looked up.
Again, he picked his
before the ball got there. Yeah.
Sanchez picked his head up, but he was under pressure.
Covarrubias drops it back. And up ahead to Jepson. Jepson will turn it. And
Jepson had time and space. It was a lovely, well-taken ball in his chest on the turn. Great technique for those youngsters out there watching the game.
Chicago back the other way. Gomez to Todd. Now back to Gomez. Inside. Looking for Todd trying to cut in behind, but he's covered well there. And Mickelson with the tackle sends it out.
That was a good tackle, good recovery tackle by Mickelson.
Now Chicago sends it over the right side. As we head into the 26th minute. No score here. Really no big threats yet.
No, not really so far in the first half. Both teams are playing very cautious. Had no real threats on goal, no shots on goal. Both teams very nervous, don't want to make a mistake.
Purpott. Back across under a little pressure. Now lob it over there to Gomez, but headed away by Alwine. Chicago keeps possession though.
Some good movement up front there from the Chicago.
And Fenwick heads it out. Williams can't keep it in over there. And it'll be throw for Chicago. Trying to find the seam on that side there, but taken away by Jepson. And then he sends it back up, and Martin Alba takes it. A lob into the middle. Picked up by Todd.
Just headed off the line there by Williams on the far post. Came off a little bit of a deflection.
Oh, and that goes wide.
Pepper with a strike there, but Todd did really well there to get to the byline and deliver that ball. A little bit of a deflection went over Makedo's head, and Williams came in on the far post and just managed to head it away. Menace soaking up some pressure. Some good build-up play by Chicago United.
That's been the biggest threat so far we've seen out of either team.
Yep.
And the Menace step in and answer there. Covarrubias heads it up to Muhammad. Ryusuke looks back over to Muhammad. Muhammad, step over now.
He's got 2 players on him, going to make it really difficult.
Drops it back down the line. He sends it back to Manning. Mickelson to Covarrubias. Chicago did a good job to drop in and cover on that. Here's Williams into Jepson, Covarrubias, and just a little too hot for as close as they were on that pass.
Yeah, I like Covarrubias in the middle there with Christo. He's so clean on the ball. He knows when to slow it down and speed the game up.
Max Todd, left side, sends it in. It knocked away by Manning. He was trying to get it into Hawkinson and then back, but Manning stepped in.
Brandon Fricky just took one to the face. I think he's all right, though. Tough character, good personality, captain of the Menace team, leads the team well.
And a local favorite, too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, local favorite
right here
from Grimes.
As the Menace put it back in play.
Muhammad was just trying to help it on. Stoneman. A little bit of a mix-up there with Barraza.
And now force it out. And again, they'll clear it out. Got the ball boys racing. There's 2 in the stands now, and they got to go find them. Mickelson
doesn't need to foul him there.
That time a little too much contact.
It was a good foul there, actually, just to slow the game down. Just so that the Menace can get behind the ball, get reorganized, shape up.
As we're through 30 minutes here, no score. Chicago and Des Moines looking to advance in the playoffs. Todd goes through, and then
Todd did very well there to force the foul. Christo didn't really need to foul him there. It's a dangerous position.
a couple of newlyweds here tonight.
Got married on the day. I hope they brought the reception here. What a way to celebrate your wedding at a Menace game. Isn't that fantastic? That's a thoughtful wife, or maybe a thoughtful husband. You never know. Yeah.
So here's the free kick for Chicago following the foul. Left foot, and it's going to go wide.
It's actually a very dangerous free kick. Everybody thought that Gomez was going to take it, and then
Purpa stepped
up and took it with his right foot. When you have 2 players on the ball, right foot or left footer, you just don't know which one's going to take the free kick. It was dangerous, swinging into the far post.
And then I think
Brandon Fricky just had to hook it out for a throw
on it. Yeah, and they get a throw in over there. So the first corner, or a corner over there, the first corner of the night for Chicago. So a couple chances here on set pieces for Chicago. This one swinging in, and
well taken by Mercado. Yep. Both hands to the ball.
Goes up high, brings it down. And he had more of the diving down and wide variety last night. Not a lot of the go up high to get him.
Right,
He
yeah.
He had a lot of, he had to stretch out.
Yeah, more of the reflex saves last night, that's for sure.
In the regular time, and then, of course, when you got to the penalty kicks. And now Chicago will try to build it back their way, but Covarrubias steps in. And taken by Stoneman.
Chicago have actually done very well, to be honest with you. They've kept it tight. They've had some momentum.
And I think Covarrubias looked up and saw Ryusuke was offside, so he just decided to blast it.
Very ambitious with that strike from about 35 yards out, but why not have a go? Test the goalkeeper maybe. But like I was saying, Chicago United they've come out with a plan. It seems to be working. 0-0 in the 33rd minute. They've kept it compact. Played it simple if they've just needed to kick it out. I mean, it's a championship game for both teams. So for them, if they win the game and it's not pretty, I don't think it means much at the end of the day. So, but they've kept a really, really good shape. I've been really pleased with Stoneman at the back. He's led the team well.
And you're right. And defensively, if it's not there and they need help, they just clear it out and say, hey, let's get everybody else back here and get set again. Which is a smart move against the Menace. Don't give them a chance down there. Clear it out and then bring everybody back on defense.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
Stoneman.
I'd like to see Chicago maybe, as they're attacking, to play someone in between the lines, the back line, Menace's back line and the midfield line, and just sit in that hole, maybe one or two players getting forward to see if they can pull any of the center backs out.
Gets it up to Cici Uche.
So they have a player in there which has forced Christo to drop in a bit deeper.
Jay sends it up to the right side. And Alba. Gomez. Over to Todd. To Sanchez. Now Gomez with it again. Trying to move that Menace defense around a little bit.
Seem to be doing a good job of it now, keeping the ball. Momentum has definitely changed. It's gone Chicago's way.
Very patient. And now Williams steps in.
But this is where Williams has done really well to win that ball. He needs to get his head up. Okay, there's nothing going forward. Can I bring it back? Can we start again? Can we keep the ball and build? We haven't had it for a while. Let's get the ball. Let's keep it.
Instead of just racing up, the sideline.
Yeah, unless you can take on the players, that's fine. As long as you can get the support going forward.
Alba tried to drop it in there and then cleared back out by the Menace. Ucheda Stoneman. Sanchez over to Alba. Inside to Perpa. Perpa. And cleared away.
Good tackle.
And that'll go out for a goal kick. And that can be the frustrating thing when you work so hard against this Menace defense and you're so patient and then you end up coming away with nothing somehow.
Yeah, when you look at this draw, I mean, they're close to half time. I mean, 9 minutes to go. If they're going at 0-0 at half, they're going, you know what, we're in this game.
We're in this game, yeah.
Yeah,
keep it close.
They're going to go in the locker room and they're going to go, you know what, we can win this. We can win it. We've had chances. And that builds confidence within the team.
Up ahead, Mohammed. Trying to keep it alive there, and somehow does. And
Referee was just playing advantage. Didn't work Mohammed's way, so it'll be called back for a free kick. We have a decent crowd here tonight watching the championship game.
Lights on now as the shadows clear across the field. And now they'll drop it back and build it up again here. Oh, almost came down to Ryosuke. Almost got
just bounced
the
behind
deflection.
him.
Yeah. It's a little high for Covarrubias, but just about came off of Uche right to Kino. Mickelson. A little fancy footwork there, and then gets taken down and draws a foul.
He was under pressure there, drew the foul. The big boys are going up. Fenwick, Fricky, Manning, all going up for the corner. Free kick. This free kick's going to be important for the Menace with 7 minutes to go. Can they get something out of it? It's going to be an in-swinger with the right foot.
Jepson to take it. And
great free kick. That looks like it's a corner. Yes. Yep.
We're looking for Ryosuke. The defender got in front of him and headed off, but it will be a corner, as you said. The second corner for the Menace here in the first half.
Great free kick. In swinging.
Covarrubias comes over to set it up.
Let's get loud for this Menace corner kick.
Ryosuke down there in front with a couple guys on him and the keeper. This one's swinging out a little bit. Oh, Manning just got a foot on it. And
I don't understand why he let that out.
I think Covarrubias, I think he thought Chicago touched it, but no, it was straight off of Manning's foot.
I would have still taken that ball and delivered it again. He had loads of time and space. A delivery with a cross from that area would be better than a throw-in.
Malawine tries to head it back up, and Covarrubias traps it, but it will stay with the Menace. 5 minutes now to play in regulation here in the first half. As Fenwick sends it to the left side to Williams, and he was looking for Jepson, but kind of got caught up in a defender over there.
Didn't quite connect the pass. Game communication.
Covarrubias sends it out wide again for Williams. He runs it down toward the corner. Now trying to work it by the defender. And it'll be a Menace throw on that far side. Mickelson.
Chicago is soaking up some pressure now.
Back over to Covarrubias. Tried to pound it up ahead to Jepson, but Chicago steps in.
Gomez and Alba have done really well there for Chicago, and the two holding midfielders. They've covered well. They've come in and collect the ball off the back, the two centre backs. As you see, Alba getting on the ball now.
Outside to Sanchez. Sanchez back in to Todd.
Handball.
Yep. And the Menace trying to go quickly.
Well closed down. Good pressure there from the Chicago United.
Gomez. Todd. And now it'll come back the other way.
Yeah, he just pulled Alawine's shirt as he tried to go past him. Yep.
Last 3 minutes here of the first half. Might have just a little added time. Mohammed trying to turn it, and he'll draw the foul from Sanchez.
Mohammed was looking to play a quick free kick there.
Now the official says no, move it back over. And back into play. Fricky to Fenwick. Manning looks up.
Good interception there from Sanchez.
Yeah, slid in as they were looking for Mohammed. Connor Alba. Now up the far side. Hawkinson over there.
Good piece of skill.
And that's high.
High from Gomez, I think that was. Good piece of skill outside on the far right by Luke Hackinson. Quick feet, did really well.
And that time Mercado has just cleared that out of there. Dangerous ball back.
I think at this point, just try and get into halftime at 0-0.
And that one's going to...
Great delivery from the right. It was headed away by Manning, who came in on the cover.
It came all the way back out here. It'll be a throw for Chicago as we end the final minute here. Regular time. Sanchez sends it up to Stoneman. Uche. Back over to Stoneman. Chicago trying to get on the board here right before the half. Out wide to Max Todd. Todd looking. Back to Gomez. They'd be happy to go in tied, but even happier to go in up one.
Yeah, I mean, if they can nick a goal now, this is the time to do it.
Yep.
While they have the momentum. Menace are just sitting in, keeping the shape, staying organized.
Hawkinson in the middle there.
It's going to be up to the referee's allocated time, which I think will be about a minute, possibly.
Yeah, around that. Sanchez. No,
right on
no
45.
Time.
So,
yep,
yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of stoppage in that first half, so no score here. And again, you talked about it. Chicago got to like where they're at in this spot right now. Kind of, you know, the underdog obviously coming in against the undefeated Menace and go to half. You have another half to play. You come out even.
Yeah, I think they're going to be really happy with themselves at this point. They've fairly had enough possession between both sides compared to the last games they've played. But I think they'll be really, really excited going in at halftime. And like I said earlier, they're going to go in there and go, you know what, guys, it's 0-0. We've got a chance. We can win this game. We've got 45 minutes left. Go another 45. Go extra time. Go to penalties. It's like we have a chance. I've been impressed with Uche and Stoneman at the back. They've been organized, and Alba and Gomez in the midfield. They've been screening really well and covering the space in behind. And also they've always had 2-on-1 situations, especially when the wide players are getting forward. So they're really taking care of Williams and Alawine when they get forward, and Omar Mohammed. Mohammed hasn't done much. Jepson's been okay on the ball. He's done a few things. Williams has got forward once or twice, but they're really taking care of him. So
those guys that generally are the starters for the Menace. Yeah, they're keeping them under wraps here in the first half. Yeah.
Absolutely. What I'd like to see from Chicago is maybe Pepra playing a little bit higher between the lines when they have the ball. I think he could be a little more dangerous playing underneath or just alongside Luke Hackinson. So Hackinson has some support, going forward. He's a good player, but I think he needs more support because he's 1 versus 2 or 3 at times. And then with the Menace, I think when they hit the ball quickly and when they play quickly, 1 and 2 touch, and they hit them on the diagonal and they force 2v1s in wide areas, it needs to be done quickly and then get the ball in the box. They're holding on to the ball too much. The runs are coming in. It has to be done. The speed of actions need to be faster.
All right, we're at halftime here. No score. We're going to take a break. Do that, and we'll come back with more at half here on CISN.TV.
Schottenkirk Chevy's Truck Month. Save big in Waukee. New 2018 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LTs. Over 25% off or 0% for 72 months. Plus up to $5,000 off. Hundreds of new Silverados in Waukee. Up to $10,000 off select new Silverado HDs. New 18 Equinox LTs. 20% off or 0% for 72 months. Plus up to $2,000 off. Chevy Truck Month in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee Chevy. Find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
Come and go, where and means more happy. Summer is always a happy time of year, and at Come and Go, we want to make you even happier. That's why we have great deals all summer long, like our made fresh pizzas that are buy one and get one free every Friday. And you can sip happy with any size drink for just $1 every day. Or get 10 cents off fuel when you buy any 3 sodas. So come on in and find your happy this summer. Come and Go, where and means more happy.
Welcome to Fairway, where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all into meat and grocery.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Here at halftime, the ever popular chuck for a buck. You try to throw those little red balls closest to the sign, and you win a prize. Anything from Cheetos to gas card to a little bit of everything. And we determined yesterday it'd be a long chuck from up here to try to hit that target. and you'd have to have a lot of backspin on it to get it to catch the turf once it got down there. Dar Danielson, Justin Vorster here. We talked quite a bit about Chicago, what they're doing, what kind of adjustments or things are the Menace and Coach Messina talking about here at the halftime.
I think they need to recognize when to speed the game up, when to slow it down. I think when it's on to go forward, it needs to be quicker, and can they break a little bit faster so the speed of actions in 1 and 2 touch. Can you play it? There's times where they're taking too many touches on the ball when it can go first time. So play the ball and move, and can we create 2v1s in the final third of the field? But can we play it? They don't seem to be playing 1 and 2 touch quickly, you know, in the final third. Maybe it's nerves, could be nerves, it could be the occasion, championship game. These sort of things go through players' minds, and they've got a record where they haven't lost.
Yeah.
You see, so there's a lot of pressure on these players. They need to go into the locker room, they need to regroup, get organized and say, you know what, guys, come on. We've beaten them 4 times already. We're 14-0-1 right now. We've only had 2 corners and 2 free kicks in their third of the field. Can we get more crosses into the box? These are like little things they need to be discussing. But I have a feeling Coach Allen and his staff are really going to be having a word with the players in there. I don't think he's too happy with the performance so far in the first half, and we'll have a look and see how they come out in the second half.
See maybe a big surge to start the second half to try to get something going right away.
Yeah, absolutely. You know. Brandon Fricky, Manning, and Fenwick have done well at the back. They've been pretty busy. I like the way Williams breaks, but it's got to be like, if Williams goes, we need to see breaks from 2 or 3 other players as well going forward.
So we're here at halftime, no score, and really Chicago had a couple close calls in front of the goal there from the Menace, where the defender stepped in. But the Menace really on the other end have not really challenged Louis Barraza that much.
No, you had Cristo with the one over the bar, Alejandro with a 35-yard strike that went high and wide. Nothing really in the box, nothing really in the 6-yard box. They haven't really got Keno involved in the 6-yard box. I think, like I said, Chicago have done their homework. They've kept him under wraps. They need to try and figure out another way to penetrate and try and break the lines. And I think that's what they need to try and do.
Well, we are here at halftime. We're going to take another break. We'll do that and come back with more. No Score here at the half on CISN.TV.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years. Building
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines, Dar Danielson, Justin Vorster. No score here at the half in this PDL championship matchup. Halftime brought to you by Landmark Products tonight here on CISN.TV. And got to give a hand out to the Menace staff. They do a lot of things with the halftime and to keep the kids involved and the fans involved. And a lot of work goes into putting on a game and a match like this.
They keep everyone entertained. Kids to parents. They have all these kind of fun games going on. You've got Maniac running amok out there. You know, so a lot going on. You know, not just that. You've got the backroom staff here that are up here with the media, and there's so much going on with the marketing and Twitter feeds and just all the information getting out there. It's on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. It's ongoing. I mean, I was in Chicago last night for the Manchester City Borussia Dortmund game, and I was checking my phone at results and that. It was just constantly coming through. So they do a fantastic job. It's a top-notch organization, and you know, the work they do is class.
And also the product on the field's been very, very good this year for the fans too. You know, sometimes you got to do all the promotion to get people out, but you know, it's been people want as it's kind of built through the season. You could see it as they win each game, and then last night everybody was especially in that second half on the edge of their seat because it's like, you know, everybody knew we were talking about it. One misfire here, one mistake, and well, these teams was going to score last night and maybe win it in regulation. didn't happen, but it just kept everybody right there, on the edge of their seat all night.
Yeah, and we talk about a product out there. I think the Menace have done a really good job with bringing in the players this year. I mean, they've had a fantastic season. They've played some entertaining football. They've had players coming in and out. They've got the depth within the squad. But yeah, they've kept the crowd entertained, and I think everybody's loving it. The attendances have been good. Like I said to you, the Friday night games seem to be, as we were discussing earlier today, the Friday night games seem to be more of an attendance than a Saturday. And we spoke about that being Saturday being during the course of a day, and there's so much going on, and families are traveling. Friday nights, you get off work, and it's, hey, let's go watch soccer.
Yeah, and it's a credit to this area too. There's so much going on in the Des Moines Metro with all the different things, whether be the farmers market or plays or events or all kinds of different things going on. But yeah, it's been a good season though, and the 25th anniversary season, and they'd like nothing more than to bring home a silver cup with to mark it off. Huh?
Wouldn't that be fantastic? 25th anniversary, and they bring back nationals. Not just well, they've got to get through this game first, and if they can win this game, then it's hosting next week. And I think that's just going to be awesome, not just for the Menace, but for the community and the city of Des Moines, and the promotions going behind this whole event and trying to get the crowds out here. I mean, it would be, if this can happen, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal.
And right here is that gold star on the logo. You can't see it I'm sorry, at TV we don't have the camera this way, but that represents the other championship that they've had, and they'd like to add another gold star to the logo, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and they beat El Paso in that game on a penalty shootout in El Paso. So they were on the road with a squad that was made up of primarily college players. There was a lot of players from Drake University, Creighton. They had some players from Michigan, apparently, that were in the squad. But yeah, primarily college players, and that was the last time they actually won the national championship.
Talking about that, a guy like Keno, and you do this, you look at the women's players, and was there any way to tell that he would come on and have such a good season and, be second in the PDL in goals? Or, I mean, you obviously see something and see the skill there, but could anybody have predicted that when the season started?
I don't think so, but he played for Marshalltown Community College. I don't mean to be disrespectful to community colleges, but he scored 53 goals in the season. He is a good player, but coming into the PDL, this is his test. He's going to Louisville, so, hey, you know what? That's saying something. Louisville have been watching him, and it shows that he's a good player. At the end of the day, he did score 53 goals. So he's come and he's proved himself here. Throughout the season, he's the top PDL goal scorer, but 17 goals. Jeez, I'm behind already, but 17 goals, and he has proved that he's a quality player, and he's very well dedicated. I've seen him training. He's here 30 minutes early. He's on the field, messing around with the ball, going through ball skills. Game day, he's in here early. He's doing a little extra. Sometimes he stays after training and does a little extra. So that just goes to show, one, is professionalism, and two, he wants to develop and get better as a soccer player.
And the thing I think I've been impressed with is the really good players make the other ones around them better too. And it seems like that's happened. Is the defenders gravitate to him, then the others, they step it up, and the whole team, and that's we've seen throughout the season here with the Menace, it seems like.
Yeah, absolutely. But like if one player is not stepping up, the next one's stepping up. So there's always that quality within the rotation of players. And like I said, they all know their roles and responsibilities and what they have to do in a match.
Well, it'll be key here for Chicago. We talked about it. They're where they want to be, even up at halftime, and now we head into the second half here, and anything could happen. They're still right in this matchup, and, something be said with playing with nothing to lose. You go out there and you put it all on the field and see what happens.
Nothing to lose for Chicago, but everything to play for. The Menace, they want to continue the winning streak. They want to win here at home in front of their home fans. Wouldn't that be a glorious night?
And both teams out now. See Chicago to the left there in the white, huddling up, getting ready to start the second half as the Menace come out. And Chicago will start with the ball here in the second half. And got a feeling we're going to see a little more heated action here in the second half as these two teams realize when that clock is winding up that one of them the season's going to end, the other is going to continue.
Right, like I said, with both teams being very cautious at times. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what changes are made at halftime. As far as I don't see any position player changes so far. But it'll be interesting to see how both teams come out. I think the Menace will come out with a little more aggression in the way they're going to play.
So Chicago starts out with it, looking to build it up here, and now sent it up and a little short and headed back by the Menace. And Muhammad trying to get over there to it. He was trying to turn that quickly back the other way, and now it'll go off Chicago back to the Menace. Beautiful night here at Valley Stadium. 80 degrees. Breeze has eased up a little bit, just a light breeze out there. And now with the sun down and the lights on, it cools off just a little bit. Let's hope this end of July has this type of weather, not the crazy stuff we had at the start of the July so far.
Oh, we've had some crazy weather, that's for sure, with floods and tornadoes the other night or the other afternoon. It's just
knocked down by Chicago. They're going to move back quickly the other way and into the defender, then off a defender again. Alba took the shot there.
Pepper with the earlier run. Fenwick didn't quite clear his lines.
Now gets it back over. Jepson trying to sneak it through. Turned around. As Martin Alba gained control there. Now going quick outside for Hawkinson on the right side. Get it to him. He breaks down touch line. Now back in.
That's actually a quality ball across the box. Good piece of skill. Firstly, when he did get the ball and take on Williams, he got his head up to cross and he saw no one was in there, so he brought it back. So that was really good from him. Hawkinson at that time. Great delivery, though. Just going past the foot of Makeda.
There's Chicago now. Back in. John Mango.
It's a well-weighted ball in with a bit of bend on it.
And now the Menace will try to clear it out. Send it up ahead. Chicago coming out on the attack early here in the second half. Mango. And they'll drop it back. Looking to go up the left side with it. And I think they called a handball there, and the Menace will take it back the other way.
Alejandro breaking the lines.
Oh, nice little give to Ryusuke. Oh, just wide.
Brilliant piece of play there by Alejandro to begin with. Breaking the lines. He's gone down with a bit of cramp, though. Lovely ball in for Ryusuke. And Kino just striking it past the goalkeeper's right-hand side, just past the far post. It was the right decision to go across the goalkeeper in case he parried it out. That's the first real chance to the Des Moines Menace.
Quickly got it up. Alejandro Covarrubias left it nicely for Kino, but just wide on the shot. A little of that extra time wearing on the legs, I think, on some of these Menace players, and looks like Covarrubias is going to go out now.
Yeah, he might be carrying an injury from last night. I saw him actually in the trainer's room earlier on before the game.
Paga will come in for the Menace.
So Pago comes in for Alejandro.
Menace substitution. Entering the game, number 17, Emmanuel Paga. He replaces number 3, Alejandro Covarrubias.
Paga comes in for Covarrubias.
Looks like Jepson's dropped into the midfield to play the role that Alejandro is playing. Pago has gone up wide into Jepson's on the left-hand side in the 11.
Mango turns it back inside. In there to Gomez. He'll set it over. Now out wide. Just as we thought, starting out the second half with quite a bit of action here. Mango back over to Uche. He sends it wide to the left.
Great ball by Uche.
Right where it needed to be. Back, trying to get it into the middle, trying to sneak it in there to counter Alba, but taken away by the Menace. Now there's a scramble for it, and that's going to go off Muhammad.
Williams actually on the left near side.
Excuse me, yeah, Williams, you're right.
Pogo putting in a bit of pressure there.
And now there's Muhammad on the far side. Menace trying to pressure a little bit. And now they'll try to send it over there to the corner, but
Alba was looking for the diagonal ball.
Yeah.
Again into Todd with Sanchez overlapping him on the far left-hand side.
Well, here come the Menace. Quickly up the side. And that'll go out to Chicago. Underway here in the second half. Still no score in this championship matchup between Chicago and Des Moines. Menace won all 4 earlier meetings here. Knocked away.
Muhammad going into that challenge came off second best as the ball's played wide on the right-hand side.
Runs it down. Now drops it back.
Purper on the run, just bringing it back into Mango.
Mango gets it into Purpa. Back in, trying to get it into their Purpa. They do. Over to the middle. Looking for somewhere to put it. Now goes out wide. And the shot is off the football goalpost. So just high.
A good effort there in the end.
Looking to sneak it up in that left corner.
A good strike, very powerful.
Yeah, just a little high. Now back the other way. Looking for Ayusuke up there, just a little long. As Martin Alba turns it back in. Mango. To Gomez. Now back to Mango. Gomez. Up inside, Purple outside. Mango.
Good cover by Poga. Concedes a corner. No. He's given a free kick. The referee's given a free kick.
Going to be. Must have called the push in there, so.
A very good cover by Poga. Just coming in to cover Mango. His opposing right back.
And Uche tries to come over the top, heads it up ahead. Gomez. Up to Purpa. Go back toward the middle. Jepson trying to knock it away.
A little bit of savviness there.
Yeah, nice move.
Hackinson back heeling it across, but some great movement off the ball to receive the ball in space.
Send it out here to Williams. Pago trying to sneak it by, but taken by Mango. And the keeper sends it back up the other way. A little more sense of urgency out there now.
Yeah, you know, when you think about it, the tied legs factor is probably coming in. You can tell. I'm busy going like, there needs to be a little more sharpness from the Menace.
Yeah.
But you've got to remember, they also played a game last night.
Yeah.
It was a great run there by Mohammed. He's been brought down on the far right-hand side.
And that'd be a yellow.
Mohammed is still down.
Stoneman with the yellow. Excuse me, Max Todd with the yellow. And a free kick on the far side over there for the Menace. Audie Jepson set to take it here. In the 57th minute, no score. The referee comes back over to this side and blows the whistle to start play. And this one right off the wall.
Not particularly a good delivery. He should have at least cleared the wall.
The Menace get it in.
We all know Jepson's capable of that.
Now,
as he pounces onto this ball.
Yep. Gets it down there. Chicago takes possession. They'll counter back. Took a quick look out wide there. Connor Alba was out there. Now Mango comes over to Connor Alba. And they send it wide again.
Menace are dropping really deep, including Keno. Keno's about 15 yards from the halfway line.
And then a foul called.
What did look like a good tackle from here actually wasn't. Looks like Manning's going to get a yellow card. As Fricky, the captain, talks to the referee.
Manning will get the yellow. So
A yellow card has been shown to the Menace's number 13, Anthony Manning.
So two yellows now, one to Max Todd for Chicago, one to Manning for the Menace, and now a free kick on the left side for Chicago in the 59th minute here. No score. Here's the delivery, swinging in and caught by Mercado.
Actually, a very good delivery. Mercado did well as he looks to try and spring a counterattack, but it's cleaned up by Chicago.
Looking for Max Todd back the other way. And Mickelson takes it, turns it. Trying to clear it out under pressure.
Just comes straight back at them.
And now that'll go out for a goal kick.
Menace have got to try and nullify the two holding midfielders in Gomez and Alba. Everything seems to, when it's cleared, it's played into their hands.
Battle for it. Set out by Chicago. Stoneman. Chicago steps in again there. And now it'll go back to Chicago.
It's a little bit nerve-wracking for the Menace. Chicago, momentum's going their way. They're winning the first ball, picking up the bits and pieces after that.
Up and out as they tried to deliver it on the right side there.
There was a decent ball played in for Alba on the diagonal.
Now Mercado would take the goal kick. Sit over to Fenwick.
Looking to keep the ball out the back. Pressure was coming in high.
And a foul from behind.
On Mohammed.
Yep. They quickly get it outside. Jepson. Mohammed in the middle there.
Good piece of skill to keep the ball.
Drops it to Mickelson. Manning sends it wide, and they can't handle it out there.
Didn't quite get a hold of it. Alawine. Looks like there's going to be a change for Chicago. I see Connor Alba going off.
And let's see who comes in for him. That would be
Perez.
Jesus Perez. They don't have numbers on the front of the jersey, so we gotta wait to see when they turn. Knocked down by Pago. But Chicago's had most of the possession here so far in the second half, seems like.
They're at least up to about 75%. I have a feeling the Menace are going to make a change at some point to get some fresh legs on, maybe spice things up. They need to spice it up in the midfield. They've lost a little bit of that creativity when Alejandro went off.
Alba over to Perpa. Now tries to sneak it in there, and it gets between the defenders, but right back to Mercado.
Just trying to find that passing lane, just to sneak a ball through. This is where the Menace need to be patient, keep the ball now. Start gaining some momentum. Some good shape behind the ball from Chicago Fire.
Off over the top, and Barraza comes up to take it.
The line's too deep for Chicago. They're dropping in very deep. It's going to be hard to play a ball in behind. I think the Menace need to be really patient in their build-up.
Out on the left side, Chicago. They sent it in, but nobody there. High. Jepson brings it out. Here comes the Menace. Williams into Pago. Taken back by Chicago. Jesus Perez. They'll switch field. Bumped ahead.
Mohammed
cuts it inside. He's got Ryusuke, and it's a deflection, so it'll be a corner. No, it isn't. Oh.
Referee says goal kick. Linesman, assistant referee indicates a goal kick.
I thought it went off of Chicago, maybe.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Did it look like it deflected a little?
It was a great run there by Mohammed, though, cutting in onto his favored left foot.
And I thought he might try to lay it off to the right there to Ryusuke again, but
decided to go on his own. He had time and space.
So goal kick now for Chicago. Barraza sends it up and out.
Most of his dead ball situations have always gone wide to his left. It's the third one that's gone out.
Fenwick takes it, moves it up. Left side to Williams. Ryusuke went down. Here's Jepson. Pago. He takes a long shot, winds in, but right to the keeper.
Again, it's going to be a really, really good technical shot from there to beat the goalkeeper. Bereza is a good goalkeeper, and it's going to be sublime to beat him from those areas.
66 minute here, no score. Winner advances, the loser goes home. Perpa drops it off for Gomez. Outside to Mango. Back over to Perez, and knocked away.
Good clearance by Fricky. Still under pressure.
Pago knocks it out. Throw in for Chicago. Mickelson trying to apply the pressure there. Perp up. He'll send it up to Stoneman and across. Ryusuke chasing them. Mango. Out to Perez. Back up top. Gomez. Over wide. Alawine comes over. And Mickelson clears it. Muhammad tries to turn but has it taken away. Lobbed up over and off the crossbar. But the flag is up, or no. Okay, it was over the top, so it's a goal kick.
The Menace are soaking up some pressure here. They can't lose concentration. They got caught there blindsided. Tell you what, that was a fantastic chance there for Chicago. If he would have got over it, it was a definite goal, possibly. There seems to be a little bit of fatigue coming in here. You can tell some of the Menace players are really tired. They're fatigued. Chicago just seemed to have this extra burst of energy about them.
Pago draws the foul there. It'll be a free kick for the Menace. Fenwick over to Fricky. Manning now back over. To Williams. And it'll be Menace throw. Fenwick gets it back to Fricky, to Mickelson. Sends it over there. Manning. Knocked down. Chicago up ahead. Perez. Perez back to the middle. Perpa gets it back. Now out to Perez and knocked away for a corner.
Mickelson came in on the cover. Good work there by Perpa, playing it out to Perez, the substitute that came in for Connor Alba.
And the first corner for either team here in the second half. Chicago hanging with the Menace, looking to get on the board. Swings in and up over, and then there's a foul called on the push in there. And then
Fricky up with a header.
Mercado comes out and says, get away from him.
That wasn't good by Ucho. He stepped on Fricky.
And
everyone's getting involved. Makado just came in to protect his players, captain.
And now Fricky will get up. And Mercado will take the free kick. into the 70th minute here. In the championship match, no score. And the referee talking to both sides.
I think that was just a case of Frecky clearing the ball, landing, and it looked like Ucha stood on him.
Yeah. So the referee just trying to keep things under control here, talking to Hawkinson. And Fricky there. And we're set to get back to play. Mercado delivers it.
One again in the midfield by Chicago. They really are pressing. They're not allowing the Menace to play out of the back like they like to play out of the back.
Yeah.
You know, they really are pressing. They've changed the shape a little bit. They're playing a 4-4-2.
Up the right side. And Fricky. Knock it away, but it'll go back to the Menace. Menace put it in play here. Jepson drops it back.
They're forcing Jepson to go back.
Pago. Luke Williams is starting to run up the left side, but Pago takes it back the other way. Goes out wide. Into Mickelson. He fires one up over the top, was looking for Ryosuke. And now Jepson steps in there. Jepson is shoved down, so there's a foul.
Went a free kick in a very, very good position.
Right outside the 18 there, outside the box. Good spot for the Menace. Here in the 73rd minute.
On Jepson's favored foot.
And can this be the spot where the Menace get on the board? Let's see. Jepson swinging in right to the keeper.
Barraza had that covered. He just stepped across. Calmly took that into the palms of his hands.
And now big boot back the other way. Fricky heads it up. Muhammad settles it. Tries to take it up the sideline and is knocked out by Chicago. And now the center is saying no, it goes back the other way. Overruling the AR. I think he said there he's calling a foul there, I believe, a push against the Menace. Mango. To Alba. Well, Chicago, the longer they stay in this, the longer they like their chances here.
Yeah, and it seems to be going their way at this point. Momentum-wise, they've had most of the possession the second half.
That one knocked away.
At this point, I mean, Menace have really got to try and contain. There seems to be a sense of belief in Chicago United's team at this point.
The Menace thanks these partners for their continued sponsorship of Des Moines Menace Soccer. Ryan Companies, Furniture
Menace thrown now on the far side. Held it up from the back again here, so Menace fans sitting here in quiet anticipation. Any thought that, okay, we beat him 4 games is going to turn into a easy 5th has gone away here in the first
waiting for
75.
waiting for something to happen. They're just soaking up pressure right now, playing with a deep line. Even Keno has been forced to play deep.
Chicago sends it outside now.
It's a good ball in. There's a chance.
And goal! Mango, I believe.
Well, it was going to come, it's just from the pressure, the momentum that Chicago were forcing, and there was a fantastic ball played in, just went by Hackinson, and then Mango coming in on the far post to finish it off with a header, getting inside the back line.
And Chicago United takes the lead in the 76th minute. Gian Mango with the goal.
To be honest, that's the second ball that's been played back into those areas that have caused problems. 2 things. Did Williams track his player? Did he check his shoulder? Did Poga, number 17, did he go with Mango? And Mango being the extra player going forward as a right back. But I sense a momentum swing now. Definitely, I think the Menace will come back. They'll regroup. I have a feeling he might make a change. He's got some players on the bench that can come in and do a job.
Up ahead, Jepson. Heads it. Pressure there and forces it to send it out.
This is when they need the leaders to step up. Brandon Fricky, get the team together. Jepson, get on the ball. Mohammed, get on the ball. They need to get Keno involved a little more.
Williams heads it up.
Williams taking on players down the byline.
Now Mohammed battling. Mohammed comes away with it, and the whistle, though. Will foul on Mohammed. Ryusuke, and he's tripped up.
Oh, he's been taken down, absolutely. Cynical foul.
And there's a yellow.
It's a yellow card for, I think it was Stoneman.
Was it Stoneman or Purpa? Stoneman? You're right, Stoneman. And so the Menace now with the free kick, trailing 1-0. Driving toward the goal, and that'll be a corner for the Menace.
Now those are the types of deliveries they need to get into the box from Jepson. Yeah, they have another chance with the corner.
Adi Jepson will send it in. And the whistle before the kick.
Looks like there was a little argy-bargy in the box.
Yeah. And so the referee, the center, will get them all set up again. Jepson sent to deliver again. Swinging in.
Get a good delivery.
Yeah.
Mohammed tried to flick it on.
Oh, miss hit there. Mickelson comes in. Can't quite get it.
Mickelson working hard to win it back, but the ball's played forward now.
Mango with it. Or Purpa, excuse me. Yep. And they drop it back to Mango. knocked out of there, cleared out of there by Fenwick. Well, this is the first time the Menace have trailed in PDL play this season.
This is where character, they've got to show character and personality to get back into the game.
And take it away. And that'll stay with the Menace.
Chicago still pressing high.
Send it out again. And now we'll have a Menace substitution.
Mohammed.
It'll be Tyler Limmer in for Mohammed with the Menace. Oh, gets through there. Pago and blocked by Garza.
A great chance there. Barraza, what a great save, but a great chance there. Chicago's back line just fell asleep, allowing the ball to be played through.
Oh, headed back out and out, back to Chicago. So
the crowd were on their feet. That was probably the best chance that the Menace have had the whole game.
Chicago throw. Fricky sends it over to Fenwick. Fenwick looking out wide and cleared away by Chicago up off the Frito-Lay sign. Why do I have a hunger for Cheetos now? As it comes in and knocked down. Back in, they turn it.
Great turn there.
Pago trying to make something happen. And there's the foul call on the far side.
You can see now after the goal how momentum's have changed. It's changed. It's going Menace's way, but now obviously they need to get back in the game. Now they've got Chicago on the back foot.
So Jepson will take the free kick, far right side. About there's the whistle. Swinging out and trying to get it in there to Fenwick, but headed away.
Good defending there by the first defender, just clearing it out for a throw-in.
Now Menace looking for some space, and it's cleared out deep. Mercado comes up.
Need to keep getting the ball forward now.
Up to Mickelson. High.
Barraza,
he comes way out.
both
pushes it
fists
away.
to it.
And Menace looked to play it in. Quick into Limmer. Now Pago.
They're pressing hard now.
And they force it out. Throw for the Menace.
My question is, where was this energy earlier?
Fricky into Mickelson. 6 minutes in regulation. Headed back.
Uchi.
Limmer almost picked it up in there, and then a foul on Limmer.
Limmer just took down Uchi with the initial clearance. And then Limmer just brings him down. He's going to waste some time here, that's for sure. Looks like Chicago getting ready to make another change.
Capelli is a proud sponsor of the PDL. Follow @Capelli Sport on Twitter for all the latest Capelli Sport information.
Still waiting for Uche to get up. So we know there will be some added time here. But about 5 minutes now for the Menace to try to even it up in the regular time. Barraza ready to boot it out of there. Made that save as Pago came in as they got through the back line, but Barraza stopped it. And the Menace could not even it up. Now back, headed inside, now back.
Fenwick with the cover, doing really well to clear that.
And sportsmanship there as Chicago says nice play. That was Perez. And it goes out to the Menace. And Limmer keeps it alive. Limmer sends it up wide and forces them to clear it out. So now the Menace will get a throw. Up to Mickelson.
They need to get the ball forward.
Over to Fenwick.
And quickly.
Fenwick sends it up with the left foot. Headed up.
Flick on.
Drop back. Pago. Shot winds wide.
Again, optimistic from that distance. Barraza had it covered out for a goal kick. Even though there's 3 minutes left, be patient, look to build, try and create those little combinations around the box. Barraza's been told to quicken it up by the referee.
Menace trying to even it up here to stay alive. They pulled off the heroics last night. Can they do it again here tonight? Mercado comes out, sends it up ahead. Nice little drop back, but defender steps in. Johnny Fenwick. So looking in there, the Limmer, take it away.
Looks like there's a player down on the far side.
And now there's a wrestling match broke out on the far side.
They need to keep calm.
Yeah.
At this point, is it the captain, Brandon Fricky? He needs to keep calm. He's still got 2 minutes of this game to be played, plus allocated time by the referee.
Over there with Mango. And
tempers are rising. It's going to happen.
So be the Menace's kick over there. Waiting on if it was a substitution. No, here we go.
Yeah, they're very deep. It would be difficult to play a long ball from there.
Mickelson.
He's got to get that ball in the box.
Sends
Decent
it
delivery.
out long.
Challenge goes in.
Keeper's out, but now he drops back. Trying to turn it back inside.
Referee says no, that could have been a free kick for sure.
Throw in by the Menace.
90 minutes are up.
3 or 4 minutes, I would say, probably. Of
Oh, yeah,
extra time.
definitely, I would say so. With substitutions and
Jepson
injuries.
tries to head it back in. And Jepson pokes it away. Limmer sends it in the middle. No one there, though. Mickelson heads it up. Fenwick
He's got to get this ball in the box.
sends
Has
it
to.
up. Mickelson tries to go up and head it. It'll be a goal kick. So the Menace needs something to happen here quickly.
I think about 4 minutes, I would say.
Yeah. Haven't been an announcement yet on it. Mickelson brings it up. Trying to send it through, knocked down by Chicago. Pago fighting for it, takes it away. Pago still keeping it. Jepson. Up to Jepson. Jepson sends it ahead. Looking for Ryosuke. Knocked down.
Tired looking delivery, that's for sure. There are some tired legs out there. It's difficult playing 2 games in 2 days like this for both teams.
Chicago just trying to work the clock down. There's a foul now by the Menace. In play here. Time running out on the Menace. Mercado comes all the way out.
Got to get that ball forward quickly with time running out.
Pago trying to play it. Now Mickelson trying to play it ahead.
It's a big battle in the midfield. Chicago aren't allowing them to play to get aren't allowing the Menace to get the ball forward now.
And a breakaway. And wide.
And that was a chance to seal the game, that's for sure.
Menace trying to get it out quickly.
They need more players forward. They need numbers forward.
That was Hawkinson who went down there. Williams battling for it. Williams gets it back. And it'll go to Chicago. The Menace fans, of course, don't like that.
Difficult to tell from up here.
Knocked away back to Chicago. Perez picks it up, drops it down, trying to waste some time here.
It's won again by that man at the back. Stoneman.
Mickelson will take it. Throw it in. Menace trying to get it up quickly. And Barraza takes it.
It's got to be close to the end now.
Very close.
Can't be that much time left.
Fenwick, Pago.
Chicago's bench is going nuts.
Up over the top and taken by Garza. He'll just fall down. Or Barraza, rather.
Barraza's done well. He's just come out and taken care of pretty much all of the crosses and deliveries coming in out of the air.
And Ricky was trying to head that up, but it goes out.
Yeah, they're going to slow time down here now. That's for sure, Dar.
We're unsure. They did not tell us how much extra time they were adding. It's got to be close.
Chicago winning a corner. They're going to look to, they're not even pushing players forward, obviously. Just play it short and try and keep it in the corner.
That's it. Chicago pulls the upset. 1-0 over the Menace. Gian Mango goal in the 76th minute. And the Menace will drop their first match of the season.
Well, I tell you what, at the end of the day, I mean, it's been a great season for the Menace when you sum it up. But on the day, Chicago was the better team. Just all round, they had a great game plan. They obviously did their homework well.
Especially in that second half, they just kept.
They congested the midfield. They dropped the two holding midfielders in deep, so when the Menace played long, they were just taking care of everything. They totally took care of that. The game plan worked for them. It was really, really difficult. They did a great job coming into it. I thought they were winning most of the first ball, second ball, had 70% of the possession, and deservedly, they deserved to win.
And you see, not to make excuses, but some of the fatigue of that extra time from last night. You know, Chicago played a game too, but it was in regulation that they finished up, so that might have been part of it. But just credit Chicago for coming out here, and on the 5th time, they get the Menace.
Yeah, I mean, that's all part of the game. We spoke about it beforehand, that Chicago had nothing to lose, okay? A lot of pressure on the Menace because they were unbeaten coming into this game. There was a lot of pressure on them to win this game at the end of the day. There was no pressure on Chicago. I was talking to their GM before the game, and he's like, you know what, we're just going to go out and play.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I think that's what they did. The momentum changed for them, and they won the game, and congratulations to Chicago, and obviously congratulations to Des Moines for such a fantastic season.
Yeah, you bring in a new coach, some new GM, and you come out and you go 14-1-1, not a bad season, and you know, here for the Menace. So this one is going to sting for a while and be a sour taste in their mouth, but when you look back overall, a fine season for the Menace.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at it from the start, it's been a fantastic season for them. They've had some depth in the squad. They've had players in and out, and at this time of the year, yes, it has been difficult because some of their players have been going back to college. They've been flying back in and flying back out, so limited on training sessions and that, but they all knew their roles and responsibilities at the end of the day. I think it's been entertaining for the fans, and hopefully we see some promising ventures moving forward for the Menace.
Yeah, build them on the future. Well, it's been a fun season working with you. Your women finish up strong in the season too, and overall the Menace, both men and women, have a bright future coming up into the next season.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely have a bright future moving forward. Both teams, there's a lot going for them. We have the backing of Come and Go, who do a fantastic job. But yeah, there's the future's bright. Definitely is bright.
Okay, well, the final here tonight, the upset. Chicago comes in and pulls it off. They move to 9-5-2. The Menace will finish up the season 14-1-1 on a 76-minute goal by Gian Mango. Chicago wins and moves on in the playoffs. And that's going to wrap it up here on CISN.TV.
Schottenkirk Chevy's Truck Month. Save big in Waukee. New 2018 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LTs. Over 25% off or 0% for 72 months. Plus up to $5,000 off. Hundreds of new Silverados in Waukee. Up to $10,000 off select new Silverado HDs. New 18 Equinox LTs 20% off or 0% for 72 months. Plus up to $2,000 off. Chevy Truck Month in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee Chevy. Find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
Summer is always a happy time of year, and at Come & Go, we want to make you even happier. That's why we have great deals all summer long, like our made fresh pizzas that are buy one and get one free every Friday. And you can sit happy with any size drink for just $1 every day. Or get 10 cents off fuel when you buy any 3 sodas. So come on in and find your happy this summer. Come & Go, where and means more happy.
Welcome to Fairway, where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our all into meat and grocery.
Community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.